Out for my first patrol. I've got my official uniform on and it has been raining nonstop. We're actually under a flood warning, or were. I think we still are. But I want to show you the creek in front of me. It is absolutely gorgeous. I'm sure you can already hear it. My bag weighs more than it ever has. I have so much winter gear. I have like healthy food, like avocados, apples, ton of water, and my beer can. So it's heavy, but I only have 7 miles to go. So I'm like hoping that it won't be too crazy, but I'm gonna weigh it because I have no idea. It might be like over 30 pounds. Oh my gosh, I can't even. No way. That is actually insane. That is actually insane. Hopefully I can carry this thing. And a little road walk to get to the AT. Stop by to see my friends in Mountain Crossings before parking, or after parking, but before parking again. And then I took some pictures of the new tag that has been released, and sent that to our marketing department. So it's been a busy day so far. This is the first sign of civilization for hikers since Springer, well, since Amiclola, really. Yeah. Across the trail, across the road, and go on into Mountain Crossings. And usually get a pizza or something delicious, a resupply, and it's a chance for them to do a little shakedown, get rid of things they don't need, throw away stuff, put stuff in the hiker box, and buy new stuff that does work if that is what is needed. It's already time for a bathroom break for me. This is what my bag looks like for the first patrol, and it looks crazy. Here's our new tag, and the new logo is also on my hat. This is a very strange feeling and one I've never had before. I have Blood Mountain all to myself. Not seen one hiker all day. I'm ready for my first hiker. That is a bummer.
I guess this thing's going to have to go in the sleeping bag.
Or a downed pine tree to get at the resin in the inside to find fat wood to make a fire. And
so it is the next day and I'm stock packing myself for the day, which is awesome. I don't have my 32 pounds on, 34, whatever it was. Last night was really fun. There were 2 through hikers who were really conscientious of leave no trace and wanted to store their food correctly. So this morning we worked on bear hangs and that was awesome. Hey, first try. That's awesome. You got this. Also, our Forest Service contact Jesse came out and camped with us, which was super awesome to have him out, be able to ask questions. And then he has a Master Educator certificate in Leave No Trace. So we were able to ask him like some questions for clarification about different LNT things, which was really awesome to hear from him. And then it froze last night. Like, it was cold, and I'm exhausted because I maybe got an hour of sleep at once, just like fitful night of sleep. But we're out here again today, and hopefully work up to the point where I'm so tired I sleep really well tonight. I do not understand this spot because there are 2 fire rings. One is not even a ring. And then if you come over here, you got a whole another fire set up. So I've got to disperse. Actually, that's not a fire ring. That's good, I guess. But that's, what the heck? Somebody's like living in the woods. It's dark, and I just totally broke my tent down. Put it back up, or I'm putting it back up now, but I moved because I was under a hazard tree, and the wind was blowing my tent like a sail, and I was over there by myself. So I was like, at least if it storms over here, I have company. So I moved. It's kind of probably a stupid idea, but it is what it is. Here's where I'm moving to. Oh, I did not want to hike in this. It is so cold and rainy and wet and miserable, but it is what it is, and gotta get out there. My goal is to get completely ready and then wait for like a break in the rain. So I think the worst part is going to be taking my tent down, but I'm not hiking far, and then I'm going to be at a shelter for the rest of the day, so that's primo. It is such a cold, miserable day. I just dismantled a fire ring, which actually warmed me up. It was nice to put my leather gloves on. And hiking, my gloves are not waterproof, so I'm putting this bag over my hands to keep them dry, because they're getting pretty cold. But I want to show you what I'm looking at right now. So I kind of think this is evidence of a wild boar. You can see on both sides of the trail, and then it goes like to the right that way. But yeah, I kind of think a boar is like rooting around this area. In Shenandoah, I just thought that was a bear, but there are boars. Have not ever seen one. Hope to not see one today. It is so cold. I made it to Woods Hole Shelter, and there were a couple of hikers here. Oh, let's see if I can clear this off. It doesn't matter how prepared you are, like, you're going to be cold in this weather. But if you are not prepared, this weather can be deadly. And I saw 7 hikers I'm really concerned about, because one guy had a puffy that was wetted out, and another had no covering on his head, and his hair was just soaked, and they just looked miserable. I really hope they bailed, because this is what I like to call hypothermia weather. Because it's rainy, it's probably 30s, but even in the 40s you can get it. It is absolutely frozen. And I'm in like an area that's actually a little bit probably worse than down lower, because we are on, like, you probably can't see it, but we're on like a little hamlet kind of thing that just juts out, and there's goes down. So we're like up above, so you're kind of getting wind from all directions. But I just ate mac and cheese. I had like a really special meal I was gonna make, and I was like, you know what, no, I'm not. I'm doing the path of least resistance to get food in my belly. My lighter wouldn't work this morning because my hands were so wet, and I don't know if it works. Like, I finally got it to light, but one of the hikers here had like 5 lighters, so he gave me one. But I need to add that to my first aid kit. It's a good reminder. I never just carry 1 lighter, but I'm just so off my normal routine because it's my first night out, or first patrol out. So anyway, I am, my plan was to stay here tonight and this is not a good idea because tomorrow thunderstorms are coming. And so the last thing I want to do is try to go up and over Blood Mountain when there's lightning. So I'm going to go ahead and go over it now and then figure out camping in like a lower spot tonight. But yeah, it is, it's cold. It's so cold. I'm so glad a lot of the hikers I've seen today are bailing. That's a great plan because it's not fun out here. Can you hear that? The wind is just like howling. Kind of died down. Sounds crazy. And I'm hiking right up Blood Mountain. I thought about taking the Fairweather Trail, but there might be hikers who need me up here. And this is hypothermia weather, like I said. So I don't want to miss an opportunity to help somebody. But, and honestly, it's kind of cool being up here right now. It is, it's not easy, but it is a little fun. Let's get moving. Let's get up and over this mountain. As they say, it is what it is. I did get up to the top, and 3 of the guys that I have been kind of hiking around today were up here, which was really awesome and uplifting. They're super cool. So I'm hiking down, gonna get warm and go to mountain crossings, hopefully, if they're still open. I feel like I'm gonna get blown off this mountain. This is type 2 fun. Tomorrow would have been type 3 fun because it was going to be lightning and thundering up here. So I'm so glad I hiked today. Woo! It's crazy. This guy, oh my gosh, I can barely walk. This guy just passed. He's through hiking next year. And he said, is it always this windy up here? Is it always this crazy? I said, no. If you get through a day like today, you can through hike the AT. So, oh, look at this. The fog. All right, I'm going to get off this. I warmed up in my car, which was my saving grace before I went back out. It took so long to get warm again because I was truly chilled to the bone. And then the next day, the coolest patrol ever, I got to work from inside mountain crossings, sit in front of this amazing fire, and talk to all of the hikers who mostly had gotten off trail due to the weather. And as a bonus, I got to love on some very cute pups.